Health officials now say that as many as 100 people may have been exposed to Ebola, either directly or indirectly, by a man who has been diagnosed with it in Dallas, Texas. Now, this is obviously causing a lot of alarm, but it shouldn't, because as you know, the only way you can get Ebola is if you're exchanging bodily fluids like spit, semen, blood. You guys get the picture. Now, let me give you some more details. Dallas County officials said 12 to 18 people had direct contact with the Texas patient, and they in turn had contact with scores of others. The Dallas patient, who had flown from Liberia, initially sought treatment at the Texas Health Presbyterian Hospital on the night of September 25th, but was sent home with antibiotics despite telling a nurse that he had recently arrived from West Africa. By Sunday, he needed an ambulance to return to the same hospital. So basically, they didn't do enough to figure out whether or not he had Ebola. They let him go. He was in contact with a bunch of other people, so now they're concerned that he already spread the virus among others.
Okay, so now look, we've been telling everybody to be calm from day one, because everybody wants to panic. Like
right.
It's almost as if people enjoy fear, right? They get off on it somehow. And so they've all mobilized in their heads. They all think they're going to get it in Nebraska, Minnesota, everywhere else, right? There's one patient in the U.S. Now, the people that he had contact with and the people they had contact with, none of them have any symptoms. They're not sick. There's no reason to believe they have Ebola. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not that you shouldn't be concerned. The way
right.
that guy got it is somebody who was a pregnant woman who had Ebola, was trying to get into a hospital. He was a great guy. They didn't have space for her, so he took her and brought her to his home. Now, at that point, of course, we don't know the details of how he contracted it, but if you were touching any kind of sheets that she was on, that she might have, I don't know how it works, but I mean, obviously she was pregnant. There's a lot of fluids.
Yeah.
Right. So be really, really careful. Don't be complacent about it. I mean,
right.
if you know somebody's got Ebola or might have Ebola, don't be like, oh, whatever, no big deal,
Let
right?
me give you a warm embrace.
Yeah, okay. So, but it is not airborne. You can't get it that way, as we've said a million times. So we're going to be very careful here. There was obviously an initial screw up, but you got to understand. Look, if we were Republicans, we'd start doing the blame game. They're like, oh yeah, remember Laura Ingraham said Obama brought Ebola into the country, right? Well, it's in Texas. We'd be like, oh, Rick Perry screwed this up. The governor of Texas, God damn it. Where is it? The only place is in Texas, right? No, it's those hospital workers didn't put two and two together. We have an Ebola virus that's outside the country at that point. It comes from West Africa. Here's a guy with some symptoms that, the symptoms that could have matched a lot of things, right? Hey, we should be extra careful because he came from West Africa, right? But now that memo's been sent to everyone, right? It doesn't mean that there won't be mistakes going forward, but we are likely to be in a much better position to contain it. And now 4 of his family members, under penalty of law, are in their house and cannot leave the house and cannot receive guests.
Right.
They have been quarantined, right? So they're doing the best they can. Let's let the officials down in Texas handle it, and don't panic. Don't be complacent, but at the same time, it's not in the air and you're not going to catch it in Oklahoma.